What is the difference between having a trigger and having just a regular negative emotion? Well, having a trigger is far different because triggers usually come from very specific traumas, right? And they tend to be really intense and they last for a pretty long time, longer than the actual emotion is supposed to last. For example, if you go out to eat and you're with your friends and someone makes a comment about the size of the meal that you're getting, and then you end up going into this guilt spiral where you just keep going around and around with all the shame and guilt, and you don't want to eat because you're afraid to be judged, and it hits these trigger points inside of you that tell yourself that you eat too much, something about your weight, something about how you look, and it just drags you down all night. That is a trigger. Now, if you go out with some friends and someone makes a rude comment about your weight, then you're going to naturally have just a regular negative emotion, a response to that. You'll probably feel angry because that's not kind, that's not fair. And so that is just a regular emotion, an emotion that you're supposed to have, right? And usually if you have a satisfying response to that emotion, like standing up for yourself, then that emotion will end up going away. So the difference between a trigger and a negative emotion is that triggers tend to suck you into those spirals that usually have to do with some sort of really harsh judgment that you have on yourself or others, whereas negative emotions are just natural responses to your environment and to things happening around.